Hello, Gun Nation. Big Johnson coming at you. All right, I put out a poll and asked people if they wanted to hear my opinion on the Glock 44, and everyone said yes. They wanted to hear my opinion on it. So I was able to shoot a Glock 44. It is not my Glock 44. It is KS Gun Guy's Glock 44, and I was fortunate enough to be able to shoot it. So big thanks goes out to him for letting me shoot it. First reaction, I picked it up, and when I was holding it, it literally feels like a toy. I mean, it is so light. I don't know what it is. I think he was saying like 13 ounces or 12 ounces or something. I mean, the thing is light. It does feel like a Glock 19 in my hand. And I was just like, wow, this thing is super light. I don't think I've ever shot one that's that light in a 22. However, so I ran a bunch of mags through it. He ran a bunch of mags through it. It ran fine. However, when we were shooting it, now first, I can't remember if he shot it first. I think he shot it first, but I was loading mine. And when I came down to visit with him, we had pretty much agreed. Now, of course, I have my carry gun with me, but I brought one of my 22s, so we were going to kind of have like a 22 range day because I haven't shot 22s in a long time. So I brought my 22 that I've got here and let him shoot it. I shot it. We had fun. But anyway, back to the Glock 44. When I shot it, I put it out there, presented it and everything, and shot it. And it was shooting about, and I'm not being sarcastic, it was shooting about 4 or 5 inches high. And using the stock Glock sights, the rear sight was not adjusted up. It was completely flat. And I thought, well, it's going to be a 6 o'clock hold, but it's more than a 6 o'clock hold. I mean, on the targets, I guess they were about this big around, I was literally having to aim below the bottom of the target to hit like up here. I mean, the aim is way off on that thing. And I thought it was just me. And he was shooting it, and exactly the same thing was happening for him. So it's shooting about 4 or 5 inches high. But reliability, it shot everything. Didn't have any issues. And of course, I've heard some of the horror stories about people, showing that, the slides are cracking and all this other crazy stuff. And every time we would shoot it, I would look all over it for any kind of stress cracks or the extractor or any of that messing up. No cracks, none of that stuff on this. It just feels so light. I mean, it's crazy how light this gun is. And that's just an opinion for me. But it shot everything. We ran CCI through it. That was what KS had. I brought Thunderbolts. I brought the CCI AR-15 rounds. I also shot, what was the other one? Oh, I think it's Wildcat 333 or something. I shot that through it. So I brought multiple things of different 22 ammo, and it shot every bit of it. I don't even know if I had any light primer strikes like sometimes you get on 22 or, rimfire where it strikes. I don't know if I had any of that with the Glock 44. But, you're going to get that, and those are ammo related. But the Glock 44 shot everything, didn't have any issues with it, no cracks, no crazy stuff. I mean, it worked well. And for a training gun, if you carry a Glock 19, I think it's a great option. I've seen some of the horror stories and heard some of the horror stories, but in this case, no problems so far. And we put quite a few rounds through it. I think I ended up shooting, probably 60 plus rounds through it. Maybe even more than that. I mean, we shot it a lot, and I shot mine a lot. If you want to see what I was shooting this bad boy. So, and this is the Ruger 2245 with the Apex trigger, lock grips, tandem cross comp, tandem cross mag release, tandem cross safety, the Halo charging handle. This thing is a damn laser, but this is really heavy. It's all steel, it's the tactical, so it's got the lower rail, the upper rail, the Bushnell, but this thing's a damn laser. So I really, really enjoyed shooting this thing, and I'm going to start shooting 22s more because they're damn fun. But anyway, that's kind of my experience. Didn't have any issues with it, and it ran. So, I don't know if they just have some issues with some or what's going on, but so far so good. And that's just my opinion, and it's his gun. So he'll continue to shoot it more and maybe give you an update on that. So I appreciate y'all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them below. And remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on.